I'm going to do a real quick video here on a 2016 Volvo S60. It is a plain, the T5 2.0 4-cylinder. Today we're going to replace the fan. I got this off of eBay. Actually comes with the little computer module, and it sells for around $109. It does take about 10 days to get it. All right. Fortunately, there is an easy way to get this out of here, and I'm going to show you the easy way. And the first thing I did is I actually unhooked this from the assembly from the computer module right here. And I couldn't show you this when everything was in the car, so that's why it's apart right now, so that I can show you. And this you push on the very back here and pull out. Then I was able to probe these large left and right side with a multimeter, and it did show with the air conditioner on full blast and the defroster on that I did have power coming to this module. I think I had about 13 or 14 volts coming in. So I knew I had power coming into my control module. And so what I did is I unhooked the back. And let me show you how this works. I couldn't have shown you this in the car. That's why everything's out. And I hate doing it, but this is the only way really to show it. Push back on this thumb and this pulls out. Then I just went to my battery with 2 wires. I ran them directly left and right, and the motor did not spin. So I applied 14 or 13 volts directly to the motor from my battery, and it didn't spin, so I knew that I had a bad motor. This does come with the control panel, so you don't even have to worry about it. They don't sell one without it. It's only $109 anyways. All right. So there is an easy way. Guess what? No bolts. Even though there's a bolt hole in these little tabs here, this is what we're working in. Everything slides together. No bolts, it just clips. And on the bottom, there are no clips. It's gonna slide down. And this is why I'm kind of glad it's out. I'd like to show you how I did it, but this is just a slide right here. The bottom clips are gonna slide into this, left and right, okay? We're not gonna have to worry about clipping. We're just gonna slide it down. And then the top, it will actually, these actually clip onto the upper 2 tabs of the radiator. Okay. The problem we have is we don't have clearance here, and we don't have clearance here. When this is attached to the radiator, it's too far back, so I can't slide it out. This is our windshield wiper line right here, and it's just we're gonna move it back now. It does just kind of lay on top of the fan that we're taking out. So when it's sitting here, we're just gonna move this out in order to slide that unit out of there. All right, so we're all set up. I'm gonna show you what I did to move this forward to slide our radiator out. That's what we had to do because of my left and right brackets here. This would have been a day deal to take this whole front off, and we don't want to do that. I have no idea how to do it. So what I did instead is this bracket here, I've already unscrewed it. This is a T20 Torx bolt. We unscrew this, and when we pull it out, you're gonna notice we got a tab on the bottom. These are kind of how to pull out. On the right side, we've got a little screwdriver thing if you need to lift it up. And this is gonna come out. Set that back there so I don't lose it. Unscrew this side, pull this one out. They can be a little tricky because this tab, when it slides down, it holds the radiator back, or probably forward, so it doesn't move back. But we've got to get this back. Now that I've got these 2 off, we're actually able to pull our radiator gently forward. Okay, don't want to break anything. All right, but it allows it to slip forward. If you need something to hold it while you're doing, I just use, you can get a long screwdriver, but I've got this little pry thing. very gently pull this forward. And I can kind of set it in there so you can see. Okay, I just got that set forward. If that's in the way, I can move it around the other way. But I just want to let you know that how forward I got it. And this is enough, you know, just to come up about that far forward is enough to allow you to slide that radiator in to the bottom clips. All right. Let me get back with you. I'm holding this and trying to show at the same time, so let me get right back to you. All right, I slipped the fan back in, but I'm going to show you how to pull it out. Just a reminder, we have removed our plugs, left, one on the left and one on the right here. I have removed them out, T20 torque bolt. That is on that. There's two. And then once you pull the plug out of this hole, this is able to move. Okay, now our radiator is able to move and we'll be able to slide this fan out. The things that are holding it in still are this plug. You push on the back where my thumb is. You see my thumb on the back? I'm pushing up against that. Pull it out and you're gonna push the very top there and pull. That's out. We'll slide that behind something here. Get it over there, get it out of the way. This little thing will sit on the top. You'll unclip it, get it out of the way. That is for your windshield wiper. Move it back out of the way. The hoses, you can see your hoses aren't too bad to slide this out. I've got this one here and it's gonna slide out. So let me show you on this clip. You can actually do this by hand. Right there, we're gonna lift up and pull up. I don't know if you saw where I got on that spot there. Grab my tool here and I'll show you how I undid that clip. That clip is right back there. You see that? You're gonna pull forward on it. We're gonna pull this direction. So get behind it, pull it out and lift. And see how my little slot's coming up already? Now I can pull the radiator up. When I was lifting, I was pulling the radiator forward. I already did this side. And now our fan is completely loose. There's nothing holding it in, but you're gonna have to jimmy this thing out back and forth. To do that, I think I went with the left side first, came up, and there's no way I can show you guys how I went back and forth. You are on this back hose. Down below, there is, see that green stripe on that hose? There is a connector on that hose. You're gonna have to undo it. Let's see if I've got the connector sitting right up here. Crap. Got moved, sorry. There is a connector on this green hose. You're gonna have to unclip it or unbolt it from the back of the radiator. All right, I'm gonna slide this thing out and then I'll get back with you. Okay, we're ready to go now. I worked this in left and right, okay? You can leave the radiator back until you're ready to get your top snaps in, okay? So we've dropped this down. Just to make a note, I went with my bottom tab that's gonna slide into the bottom bracket. I started the right side, or this driver's side. I got the tab, the bottom tab behind this hose, and then went straight down, okay? That's the only thing I had to do. I kind of started this right side in first, then I went back and worked my left side down. Again, we have that green hose. It has a bracket that plugs into this fan, okay? And it's gonna clip onto that hose. I left it off so I could slide this down first, then I'll plug it back into the radiator and clip it onto that hose. All right. biggest problem I have, you can see that I really had to get the radiator forward. The reason being, this bump right here on the passenger side makes it a little harder to get it over the bracket here. We're gonna drop this down. I wanted to get my left side on top, back on my bracket, and then my right side is on top. I haven't pushed them down into the clip yet. The reason being, if I drop my clip down on one side, I'm not able to lift up high enough really to get the other side. Your concentration is going to be on getting your passenger side set, okay? Because it's kind of, for some reason, this really wanted to hit on the passenger side. I really had to get behind this and pry the radiator forward, okay? All right, we're set. Now that I've got them both there, I'm going to push back and drop them in. See if I can show you. That side popped. And we're going to pop the right side. I just pushed down left and right. We're in. Our fan's in. All I have to do now is come back. This has a plug right here. Oh, sorry. The plug is up top here. You can plug that in right there. Remember, our thumb, we can push on the thumb, but going back in, I'm probably not going to have to push on it. You know, it may have been better to put this plug on first. Put your plug on. Hey, my wife's out here and got that on. Clip it. You know what? If I was to do that again, I'd put the plug on first and then plug in the back. Okay? You've got that on. It's in, it's stable. And all I'm going to have to do now is return my plugs back in. My left, number 20 torque, get that back in. I think I lost a torque screw. I'll have to find that probably when I drop my phone. And push our radiator back. And again, we've got that one in. So that's basically all you have to do. I am going to have to hook. Can you see my finger? Let me see. My finger, I've got to plug in this little hose bracket that's going to hold that green hose right there. That's all I got to do. The reason I left it off is it did make it easier to slide that fan back in. Man, I'm sorry, I had one hand. If I would have had somebody else here, I would have been able to show you how I was able to, you know, you're just gonna unclip left and right clips, pull your radiator forward, unclip this here, unclip your hose clamp on the left, get way forward, lift up, free it. Once it's free, you're able to work out. You don't have to keep this pried forward. You're gonna hit on this little bump right here, mostly on the passenger side, getting it out. Once you've got the clips out though, it's a piece of cake. Just slides out, working it back and forth. Last reminder, going back in, you want to put the lower tab that slides into your bottom bracket down there. Work that behind this hose on the driver's side first to slide it down. Please try not to give me a bad review. I would have loved to have taken it out in front of you with somebody holding the camera, but it was just me out here. There's no information on this year model of Volvos. The next thing I'm going to do is show you guys how to replace a injector. Got a bad injector. I've had it out, but I went ahead and bought the Volvo O-rings because they are different from the ones you get at AutoZone, and it still smells a little bit like gas. So I'll come back and show you that one. I hope this helps.